Hello, welcome to the new series. I am Julius Cartwright, and this is the Equity Movement.
I can't stop.
Hello and welcome to the Equity Movement Show. I'm your host, Bridget Therese, and today I have two awesome guests, and we are talking about two amazing topics. The first one is going to be all about financing options and programs for purchasing real estate. And secondly, we're going to talk about Women's Inflection Point. It's an amazing program for women, empowering women around the world. You're not going to want to miss this. Welcome back to the Equity Movement Show. I'm your host, Bridget Therese, and I'm happy to introduce my guest to you, Olga Garza. She is the Vice President of Harris Housing Advisors. Olga, thank you for being here today.
Thank you, Bridget.
Can you tell us a little bit more about your position at Harris Housing?
Absolutely, be more than happy to. One of my major functions with the company is to promote the program. The Harris Housing Advisors promotes the Harris County Housing Finance Corporation Mortgage Credit Certificate. So I get to go out there and talk to the real estate community, the lenders, the realtors, and tell them all about this wonderful program that helps first-time home buyers. So it's a great opportunity for me to get out here and do what I love doing, and that is helping people buy homes and get the financing that'll help them get into a home. You know, that's just a great opportunity to help people. So
that's perfect. Can you tell us a little bit more about the program?
Sure, absolutely. The first-time homebuyer program and the mortgage credit certificate can be utilized in the Harris County area only, exclusion of Houston, the city limits of Houston. But Harris County is a big, big county and can help a lot of people get into the homes. But the beauty of the program is that they can receive up to $2,000 tax credit through their income tax return every year for the life of the loan.
Wow.
So that is a big savings. It actually comes out to $166.67 a month for them to save each and every month on their interest that they pay. So 50% of the interest is what they can get to, or up to $2,000. That is some program that really a lot of people, Bridget, don't know enough about.
Right.
They really need to know more about that information. And so we're going to be talking about that at our program, and they're going to hear about that and how that can help them, the first-time homebuyer. And you know, not only that, many times they come to the event and they have children, or they have their nieces and nephews that are thinking about buying a home, and they don't know where to begin. This is one of those great programs that they need to hear about, so they can help them with their finances, you know, because this is a finance opportunity today in today's market, and using this tax advantage is really, really good. So I strongly recommend it, to say the least.
So that's perfect because there's so many people who would like to get into a home,
Yes.
but it is an intimidating and overwhelming
Yes.
task at first. But to know that there's a lot of programs out there, if people just took the time to do some
Yeah.
research or looked into money, there's available funding for people who are
Yes.
purchasing their first home, or like you said, the tax credits, things like that.
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am.
What are some common questions that you get asked?
Well, the common question is, where do I begin?
Yes.
You know, where can I start, either not looking for a home, but who do I talk to about the best financing available to me? And there's so many programs out there, Bridget, that it can get, really confusing for many people, especially if you're buying a home for the first time. So become well informed. That's all I always tell them. Find a place where you can either go get a home buyer education class or speak to someone that you can trust and that they'll advise you. And make sure you ask the right questions. So how do I know I can ask the right questions? Well, there are many programs out there that you can actually learn through the internet about buying a home for the first time. But I strongly recommend face-to-face. What are they offering out there? On my program, for example, not my program, but the Harris County program, that program is not just one of many. So there's programs out there that'll give you down payment money, which is another thing that I always get asked a lot about.
Right.
How much money do I need? And I'll never save enough money. It's hard to make ends meet as it is, just trying to make your rental payment each month and not have a home. But then you're thinking, gosh, I really would like to invest in a home, and how can I do that? Well, they can. And Houston, thank goodness we got Houston, because they have a great program. The city of Houston has a great program. Also, Southeast Texas Housing has a great program that they can help with the down payment. Because the most difficult part for first-time home buyers, or even those who are going to buy a home again, is that down payment and all the costs associated with it. So today, in today's world, it is the best time ever to be able to buy a home. It's so funny. We spend so much time on doing so many other things, but not things for ourselves. So it's important for us to give time to ourselves to learn, to become well informed on housing, on finances, on many, many issues.
Join the movement. Engage, empower, educate. Join the movement. Equity Movement 247.com.
That's perfect. You talked about the down payment program and also some the money that can be used
For closing costs and down payment. Yes, ma'am.
Can people apply for more than one program? Is it just
Great question.
okay?
Perfect, Bridget. Oh, wow, make a good team. Okay,
Good.
so you can stack. There are programs out there that, with our mortgage credit certificate program, you can actually have another program where it's a down payment program and add that to us. But you do have to get the right lender that understands the programs, because if not, you'll miss out on some great opportunities that'll help you in buying your home. So be informed and finding out, because there are lots of programs out there where you can, they call it stacking.
Okay. So there are quite a few lenders out
Yes,
there
ma'am.
with lots of different options, lots of different, ways and
Opportunities, yes, ma'am.
methods. Do you guys have a list of lenders that you work with, or where would someone find?
Well, as a matter of fact, I'm so glad you asked.
Yes.
We do. And our
Okay.
website at www.harriscountyhousing or harriscountyhfc.org.
Okay.
And I'll say that again real slow. It's www.harriscountyhfc.org.
Okay.
Go to the website, and there are a list of participating lenders. There's a list of participating realtors.
Okay.
Because that's the other thing. You have to find the right combination, the right people that'll help you and direct you, and that yellow brick road to get to your home makes it happen when you use the right individuals that understand the programs, because otherwise you won't. Unfortunately, some say they have them and some say they know them, and unfortunately they don't. So get informed is all I could really say for that.
Sure. I've seen recently programs that offer no down payment getting into a house now. I've seen that where that's actually feasible. Do you have any opinion on if someone should go that route, or if getting down payment assistance is better? Any thoughts on that?
Gosh, you have 3 hours. I can talk about that one really good.
Yeah.
Well, truthfully, zero down payment is awesome. But you wish that was all that it was, but you still have closing costs and prepaids that you don't know what those may entail. But I can assure you that there are items that have to be paid when you buy a home.
Yeah.
So definitely a zero down. There are some banks out there that have their own programs that do a zero down. And then there are builders out there that have down payment programs that'll help you get into your home. There's just an array of products. But when you say zero down, they say, oh, well, no, they have to have some investment in it. I can always say this. You will have some investment when you pay your closing costs and prepaids, even if it's a zero down. You want to make sure that you keep that investment and it's affordable. So any extra money that you have, it's always good to put it in a savings plan so that that rainy day, when it happens and you can't make that payment, you have something to fall back on.
Yeah.
That's where I say put that extra money that you didn't have to put down and put it into a savings plan so that you are prepared to help yourself make that payment. And it works out really well. So zero down is not a bad thing. It's what you do with the money that you have, like don't go splurge and buy a brand new car.
Park in your new garage.
And I think I'm going to buy me some new furniture. So some of those things, you have to really be smart about, because home ownership is a responsibility that really means you have to really pay attention close to what needs to be done. So it's not just a matter of buying the home, it's sustaining the home and keeping it, because it is a financial wealth that you're building for your children. And that's how it all begins.
Equity Movement Radio Show, live in studio, your #1 source for financial resources. EquityMovement247.com.
Welcome back to the Equity Movement Show. I have my guest, Olga Garza, with me today, and she has a wealth of knowledge about financing, real estate, and getting started. So I want to ask her, how did you get into the industry?
I started many, many years ago, good over 25, 30 years ago. And I started in banking because I liked money. And I liked financing, and I liked the fact that you could save money. And I was always very impressed with my mom when she bought her house. And I wanted to be able to help people do that. So I decided to become a mortgage lender. And I originated for a long period of time, a lot of first-time home buyers. And that was the most satisfying job ever, because I helped a lot of first-time home buyers get into homes with binding down payment and so closing costs. But I also did a lot of home buyer education classes. That's real important. I needed to make sure that they had the right information and they could make the right choices that was good for them. So I loved that. That was fun. Enjoyed teaching, enjoyed being there for them to help them understand the home buying process and become well-informed borrowers so that they could be sustainable homeowners. That was real important. So I enjoyed that. But I have lots of experience. I know lots of different programs. I'm always looking for them. I'm always looking to see how can we help more people get into homes. So they can always come visit me at our website and send any questions they may have about who can they go see. There are HUD-certified counseling agencies out there. There's many organizations that can help them and become well-informed borrowers. So that's my passion more than anything else. Yeah.
That's your story. So you started in banking, transitioned into mortgage lending, teaching, and now you.
Now I teach the lenders and the realtors about the Harris County Mortgage Credit Certificate. Yes, ma'am.
That's perfect.
So it's always been on real estate. Yep.
Yeah.
It has.
Fantastic. So you mentioned earlier you were going to be giving a presentation at the Women's Inflection Point. Which
Right, we'll be
talking
there.
about next. You
We
guys
will be there, yes.
Can you give us an idea of some of the topics you'll be covering?
Well, you know, hopefully the venue will have us, and the menu will be people asking questions like, what do they want to know?
Yeah.
You know, we can sit here and tell them all that they want to know, or, you know, that we think that they need to know. But they need to ask the questions that they want to learn. And that's what's going to happen. That's so exciting when they come to our event, learning about and asking the questions. But there are a lot of experts that are going to be there that day. Not just myself, a lot of great ones, a lot of great people. So they got to come see us.
Gutter Properties. We'll buy your house as is. Call or visit www.gutterproperties.com for your cash offer today. Gutter Properties. Drop the house.
Olga, can you share an example or a story with us from one of your home buyers who went through your program and had a great success?
Absolutely, Bridget. I tell you, there are lots of great stories that I've had in the last 30 years, but one that stands out to me is the one that happened when a friend of mine, actually the realtor, came over to my office and she said, you know, Olga, I went to go visit Mr. Smith, and you know, he was so excited about his new house, and he really is enjoying his new home and using the program, and you know, she felt that they would never be able to own a home. And because you were able to provide the assistance that we did, together as a team, we were able to get them into the home. So I went over to their house to leave them a little gift, and lo and behold, she's showing me an album of, you know, her family and how excited she was. There's nothing, you know, you can't pay money for that one. And she said, but you know, there you are, a picture of you on her family album book. And she said, she asked her, the consumer, she said, well, Mr. Smith, why do you have Olga's picture in there? And he says, because I'll never forget who gave me my very first home.
Wow.
So those are the kind of touching stories that you don't see and you don't know. You know you helped them get into the home, but when you actually know that you're part of their life, and I can tell you more stories about you know, doing great things, but not for me, for them, and then they don't forget you, and they really, really appreciate what you do for them. So that's what it's about. It really is working and helping them get into a home. And then let's say that, Olga.
That's amazing, Nicole. Thank you so much for sharing that. If you guys want more information, you can visit the website. Would you tell us again where it is?
Absolutely. Our website is www.harris, Harris, housing, housing, hfc.org. Send in your questions, and if you need us to call you back, or we'll be glad to help in any way we can. But if not, come see us.
Perfect. Well, when we come back, we will be talking to Renee Wilson with Women's Inflection Point. Stay tuned.